Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Eternal Ranger Reviews. It is me, as always, the Eternal Ranger, coming at you guys with a brand new review. And once again, we're jumping into the SH Figuarts with the SH Figuarts Naruto Uzumaki, the Jinchuriki, Entrusted with Hope. So, let's first off take a look at the packaging, and then we'll jump right into this gorgeous figure. Got my pros, my cons, but let's get into the box first. So, let's move Naruto out of the way, take a look at the box. And here we have the packaging. We have this gorgeous, kind of like almost ink-painted picture of Naruto Uzumaki. This is, of course, Tamashii Nation's quality. Gotta love that glossy rainbow sticker. And you can see, obviously, inside he's got a bunch of accessories. We will get into those in a little while. I love the artwork on the box, the Japanese type of calligraphy that they have going on here. Obviously, you have your Japanese writing here. I have no idea what any of that says. SH Figuarts gives a little description of what SH Figuarts is. On the side of the box, you have Uzumaki Naruto with his gorgeous product placement picture. On the opposite side of the box, another perfect picture of Naruto Uzumaki. Bottom of the box, Naruto Uzumaki, once again, with those Jinchuriki Kurama eyes, power of the nine tails right there. And of course, on the back of the box, you have your obligatory product shots. Super modeling, super action. I gotta love the SH Figuarts lines of anime characters because all the movements that you see in the anime, you're also going to see on the figure itself, which is absolutely phenomenal. You have a bunch of text down here on the bottom that I cannot read. Of course, you have your warning, don't eat anything in this box. It will be very bad for you. Ages 15 and up. And of course, simple style with heroic action. So, let's get the packaging out of the way, and let's take a look at Naruto himself. And here we are, and there he is. So, let's take a look at all of this fine detailing on him. Of course, you have your standard orange plastic molded plastic, because that is primarily what he wears. You have your black detailing here in the front, all the way down his zipper. It actually has a very nice zipper detail right there. You, of course, have his ninja pouch with his ninja wrappings around his right leg. His black sandals with his individual toes. Don't know how well you guys can see that, if it wants to show it at all. Gotta get better shading in here at some point. Of course, we have toe bend right there. Bottom of the feet is also very detailed. Very nice. On his back, you have another ninja pouch that is on a ball joint, so it can move 360 degrees all around. You have the symbol of the Uzumaki clan on the back of his jacket right here. This is obviously Naruto from the time skip, so from Naruto Shippuden if you're not current on Naruto. He has his little... I'm not exactly sure what this is. He's always had it on his sleeve. I guess we call it an insignia, done in a nice silver paint with some brown paints here on the side. And of course, you have a very well done paint job on his face. Let me get in a little bit close here. 1 second. Just adjust this camera real quick so we can get a nice look at that paint job on his face. All the little details that they were able to get in there. And as you can see, it is absolutely perfect. It looks exactly like Naruto. I will say his yellow hair is a little pointy for a plastic figure. Not super pointy, not like ouchy pointy, but it's very good. You, of course, have those nice, beautiful blue eyes that you got right there in the front. Let's see if I can get it to focus here so that way you can get a nice look at those blue eyes. There we go. Of course, you have the whiskers painted on his cheeks from the influence of the nine-tailed fox. You have his headband done in a black plastic with the metallic silver on the headband, the metal headband part right there. The straps of his headband are on a hinge, so they can move out that far, and they can move, obviously, down. They cannot go side to side, which is a little stinky. They are a little flimsy, so I would recommend caution on these. You don't want them to snap off, because that would just absolutely destroy the look. So, let's get into articulation on him. Let's bring this camera back down a little bit. So we can take a full look at his range of poses. So, of course, you have thigh swivel on both thighs. His legs can move out about that far, which is not the best range of movement for a ninja. And they can move back about that far. Again, not the best. But they can move out pretty damn good. Got a very nice spread here. You can actually see how they put a little bit of extra plastic right here, so that way it doesn't really break the illusion of the figure. You have a double knee bend here, and if you look closely, they actually added a little bit more detailing on the side of the pants, like that seam line. You can actually see it right there in the knee. You have ankle swivel, can rotate 360 degrees. You could even rotate his shin, which is completely posable. As I said earlier, you have that toe bend right there. So you can get a good range of movement out of his feet. The hands are on a ball joint, as all SH Figuarts are. So you have a perfect 360 degree rotation on that. Good range of motion on the hands. You have a double bend here at the elbow. That's about as far as it can go on the first bend. Can move out that far. You do have a 360 degree spin. It is on a butterfly hinge, so that way you can bring his arms in a little bit more if you need to. That's about as far in as they can go. His head is on a ball joint. It can go 360 degrees all around, but just be careful because his face will pop off. So you have full range of motion there. You have two different types of articulation in his chest abdomen area. You have this first right here, which is on a ball joint. So you have good range of motion, can turn that far and can turn that far. I wouldn't recommend stressing it to go any further than that. And right here at this piece, which is not attached in any way, which is one thing I don't like, but I understand why they did it, is another ball joint. So you have another perfect range of motion there too. So you can get him in a lot of dynamic, accurate poses to the manga and to the anime. Alright, so now that we've already looked at Naruto himself, let us take a look at all the different accessories that he comes with. So, let's bring those out. Let's take a look at him. And as you can see, he does come with a lot of different accessories. So, let's go over everything one by one. So, first off, you have a kunai, which is done in a nice black plastic. See how well you guys can. There we go. Oh, it didn't want to focus. There we go. Done in a nice black shiny plastic, making it look almost like metal. And of course, you have this bandage wrapped around, done in a nice beige colored plastic there. That way it looks like a nice wrapping. This is actually a very decent kunai. It's a little sharp. Actually, it's quite sharp. So I wouldn't recommend having little kids play with that. You get these pair of sculpted in folded arms. So he can just stand there in like a kind of cocky pose. I will show you guys how to put these on in a moment. They are actually fairly easy, and they will sit directly against his chest. So I'll show you how to do that in a moment. You get a Rasengan done in a translucent blue plastic with a little bit of white shading and misting on the top to give it that nice three-dimensional shape. At first look, it looks like a ball, like a big ball of water, but once you know exactly what it is, you know exactly what it is. So you do have another open palm, but this one is slightly different because it has a little tab hole in the middle. And of course, as you can see on the Rasengan, it has a little tab. It will sit very, very well directly in the palm. So that way he can be holding his Rasengan. Whoops. And if, of course, you were to have another copy of this Naruto, you could do a nice shadow clone jutsu of one forming the chakra and one holding the actual ball. And then, of course, you get a second closed fist right there. You get two slightly open hands that will be the hands that will hold the Rasengan in place. I'm sorry, not the Rasengan. You get these hands that will hold the kunai. That's what I meant to say. So you can actually just slide the kunai in between where his thumb and fingers would be, because they are still slightly opened, or you can just push it through the top of his hand. Right there. Just kind of slide it all the way through. And there, he actually holds this very, very well, very tight. And if you, of course, you want to remove it, you just pull it right up. And then, of course, you get two hand-signed hands. So, obviously, one would just be on its own. And if you put the two of them together, you get the hand sign for the Shadow Clone Jutsu. I will show you these on it in order to remove his hands, and I will show you on his faces too. So, let's move on to the faces. You have the standard yelling face, as if he's about to do an attack. You got his sideburns right there. You have his eyes a little bit more open, and you have the open mouth where you can see the sculpted in teeth and his tongue. You have the standard anime surprise / angry face with the whited out circled eyes. Again, with those molded teeth. You can see his eyebrows in there too. All of them have these little sideburns on them. You can see his little molded in ears. I gotta say, this is probably one of my favorite faces, just because of the hilarity behind it. And of course, you have his Ninetales chakra mode face. Well, not chakra mode, but his little Ninetales chakra aura with all his little details in there. You can see how his whisker markings are a little bit more feral and exaggerated. You have the red fox eyes with the slit through it. Gotta love those eyes. And you can actually see his teeth are a little bit sharper, more than they normally are. That's it for the accessories. So, let me show you how to interchange your faces and, of course, your hands and how to do those arms. So, first thing you're going to want to do is go up, down by his chin, finger on top of his head, and just kind of lift this up until it just falls right off. And as you can see inside his head, you can actually see where his neck is and his the ball joint that holds his head. Right up in here, you can see two peg holes. This is where obviously these two different types of pegs would go. So you just take it, slide it right up inside, and they will fit right into place. There you have one of his angry, how dare you say that to me kind of face. Again, I love the detail on these faces. The hands are pretty much exactly the same. You would just pull them right off the ball joint that they are on. And you can just, if you can just angle it correctly, you just pop it right back on the ball joint. Sometimes the ball joint itself, since it's also on a hinge, it doesn't like to stay in one spot long enough for you to actually put the hand on. So sometimes, if you're trying to rush it, it's a little bit of a struggle. And of course, you can bend it at an angle, so you can get something like that. If you put it in the right pose, it kind of looks like he's slipping you off. So let's pop this face back off. Let's go back to that smirking face. And I will show you guys how to put his arms on. So, this bicep swivel right here, you can actually just pull it right off. The arms come right off. They are on these small pegs. Small little tabs right in there. Then you can take these arms. As you can see, there are some tabs and pegs right inside there. You just pop one side on first. Oh, look at that. Sometimes they fall off. There's a little tab right in there. There's another tab that would fit in there. So it's actually a lot easier if you separate them. So you can just pop that right in there. And you can just start to fix his arms a little bit. To the point where you can just pop that tab back in place. if you can angle everything correctly, you get his arms just like this. Let's move all this out of the way for a moment. You get your standard cocky Naruto pose, which I gotta say looks very nice. Alright, and there you have the SH Figuarts Naruto Uzumaki. I gotta say, this is probably one of my favorite figures because of the simple fact that Naruto has always been my favorite anime, and I am definitely looking into getting more figures from Naruto. Next week, I will do another Naruto review. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a comment down below. Let me know what your favorite anime is, because I would absolutely love to know. And if you guys, once again, have any requests of a figure or a prop or a toy that you guys would like me to review, if I have it, feel free to leave a comment down below. I am going to start also reviewing Transformers toys. If you guys are interested in that, please comment. If you guys did like the video, please leave a like. Share it with your friends if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't already, and please ring that Ranger bell to stay up to date on all new videos as they get posted. Again, new review videos every single Tuesday, except last week's. I did miss last week's video. I apologize for that. Now, I picked my copy up in store, but there are quite a few different places that you can go to get him. You can get it off of Amazon. You can go to Bigbadtoystore.com. Quite a few other places. I will leave them in the description below of a bunch of different websites that you can go to pick up your own copy of this Naruto figure. He's not super expensive, so he is a great have if you don't already have it. If you are a fan of the anime, I definitely recommend it. So, as always, guys, stay safe, stay healthy. I will see you guys in the next video. I love you all. Thank you guys so much for all of your support over the years. Thank you guys for putting up with me when I miss a week or two putting out videos. Thank you guys for pretty much everything. And of course, as always, may the power protect you. See you guys next week. Have a great night.